Thank you so much, sir, for joining us on the program. Are you surprised by the findings of this report stating that the Nigerian armed forces intentionally shot demonstrators?
Yeah, in a positive way, in the sense that a lot of the reactions I have received, you mentioned I run a consultancy and we run a barometer check on different issues. And so one of the things that we've had before the panel submitted its report is that this is a government set up panel and that they are not likely to indict the government. They're likely to take the position on the side of the government. Now, let's remember that the sort of anniversary of the protest took place just a few weeks ago, and the government did repeat during that anniversary that there was no killing at the Lekki toll gate, and clearly this judicial panel of inquiry is now saying the reverse, that there were killings at that toll gate, and that people were indeed killed. About 40 persons or thereabout were killed, according to the report of the panel. So this is, to me, a positive sort of surprise, in the sense that the democratic institutions in Nigeria, the three major institutions, the judiciary, the executive, and the legislature, are seemingly beginning show some level of independence. We're hoping that the executive arm of government will take this forward along the line of what the judicial panel of inquiry has recommended.
Okay, let's talk about taking this forward. Do you think anything is going to change after this report is fully released?
Well, the Lagos state government has promised that it would release a white paper on that report. And usually the white paper would outline the steps for the implementation of the recommendations of the judicial panel of inquiry. Now, I'm not sure how the interplay between what the state government intends to do and what the federal government will do would play out. Let's remember that in Nigeria, security is in what we here call the exclusive list. In other words, it's a federal controlled activity. The state governments have very little control, and the report was actually submitted to the Lagos state government. So there would have to be some level of coordination between the state and the federal government if the changes within the police system. But then it's also important to note that the federal government has already started some reforms within the police system. That particular department, the SARS, that was responsible for the protest and for which the judicial panel was set up, has already been disbanded. And several measures have been indicated by the government, but I think the steps are slow, and we're hoping that as part of this overall reform that is being recommended by the judicial panel of inquiry, that the federal government would take it up and hopefully have a police that is more receptive to the democratic tenets that Nigeria has embraced.
Right. Okay. Kabir Adamu, thank you so much for joining us on the NewsHour and sharing that analysis.